bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time. It's clear to see from up here.
Hello everyone, this is Monica Ramirez, Warrior of Love, and we're in Soul Talk. Thank you for being here with us, and we're so happy to have you. And today we have from Singapore, we have Jeong, and he works removing the blockage from people from with light language. And he is really, really good in this, and I've been observing him for a while, and all of us, we have a unique way of do our light language, and each person is different, and our process and our way of healing and different ways or activating, it is very different, and his way, it is very unique. That we are going to be having him also doing a little bit of light language for us. And let me just present you with Join. I'm sorry if I pronounce bad his name. Remember, my first language is Spanish.
Uh, Hello, everyone. Yes, my name is Yong, and yeah, really happy to be here today for this soul talk with Monica.
Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Mm.
Tell us a little bit, how do you started with light language, and what happened to you when you realized that you
Mm.
can do light language?
Yeah, I think the first time that I learned about that language was when one lady called Judy Satori came down to Singapore. And that time she was holding a workshop, of connecting with our intuition and with our guides. So I went there with a couple of friends, and then after that, then she started like channeling. She started channeling all her guides and also the Ascended Masters and all the beings from the Star Nation. So she's calling the Pleiadians, the Arcturians. And when I first heard it for the first time, it's like my mind was like, okay, what was she talking about? But my body and my soul really felt the resonance. It's like it just felt really, really familiar to me. And I started listening to it. I could feel my whole body like vibrating. Yeah, and I also felt those tears were coming out because I was really emotional because it felt so familiar to me. Yeah, it felt like it was a connection from the heart and the soul. And yeah, because previously before that, I always felt that I didn't really belong here on Earth, and definitely, it felt like a homecoming for me. And so after that, then I started following her and finding out what this language is all about. And then what happened was that, oh, okay, this is called like language, and all of us have our own unique language, which is actually like a universal soul language that is communicated like not through like the normal English or Spanish, but more through the soul and the heart connection. So after that, then after a while, that I just got one of our programs, which is about activating your light language. And after that, I realized that this is something that is really deep within me. And for me, it is like something that comes so naturally to me, even though I've never really understood it. It's like I realized that it's one of my gifts, to be able to transmit this language, to allow people to connect deeper with themselves, with their higher selves, and with the star nations, and also to use it as a way to bring ourselves back into greater inner connection and inner peace within ourselves. So after that, then it's been a natural process of trusting myself, trusting that whatever that I'm receiving and whatever that I'm transmitting is actually from the purest and highest source. Yeah. So that was a brief journey of that. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a different, because I know that depending on who you were channeling, even through light language,
Mm-hmm.
it is a different language. Is each one like Spanish, English is different language. Also,
Mm-hmm.
the Koreans, the Pleiades, the Earth,
Mm-hmm.
They have different languages. Who do you channel?
For me, actually, I mean, my primary, okay, so the one that I connect most with is with the Lyrans. Yeah. And but then the thing is that for me, as I went through this journey, I realized that for me, I'm more of a traveler. So meaning, so star traveler, meaning that I've been to many like planes and planets before incarnating onto this earth. And I realized that, for me, it's like I'm able to like transmit and speak the languages from all the nations. Yeah. So whenever that I channel, what I do is that I just tune in to whichever star nations that wishes to transmit the information. So yeah, so it always, as you said, it always depends on the person that I'm connecting with, and also what the intention behind the transmission. Yeah. So some people, if they need that, for example, if they are looking to connect with their Syrian, like a soul family, then when I ask for the intention, I'll just set intention to open myself to allow the Syrians to transmit the information through me. Yeah. But then primarily, for me, I realized that I think my deepest connection is still with the Lyrans. Mm.
It is funny because I am observing you,
Mm-hmm.
and I sense and feel and hear that
Mm-hmm.
they're telling me about that your Syrian lineage,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, I don't know, it's just, well, knowing is one of my gifts, but I
Yeah,
don't know, it's, and I feel, or probably they're here right now, they're trying,
yeah,
that's
I think so.
communicating. It can be one or the other,
Yeah,
because
definitely. Yeah, for me also, I think, yeah, Lions is the first, and I think Syrians, I'm also pretty connected with them as well. Yeah.
do when you do like, I do light language, but when and I know in my case that when I do light language, sometimes I have the knowing of what it was about,
Mm.
or but I can't translate, okay, like apple manzana, or
Mm-hmm.
no, I can't say is this.
Mm-hmm.
It is not human for our understanding, but it's to our emotions.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I can say what it was about. In your
Mm.
case, can you know what it was about?
Yes, I can. I mean, not always. It always depends on the situation. So for me, that I trust that, if it's meant for me to know what is it I'm transmitting, for my clients, then the information will come. Yeah. And sometimes also when I'm channeling, I also can feel like the messages that wants to come through and the meaning behind them. Yeah. So it depends on the situation. Yeah. But most of the time, I do have a feel of what the message is about. Yeah.
How do you work with your clients in the with light language and removing the blockage?
For me, it's like normally during a session, I'll just ask them like what their intention is for the session. Yeah. And then based on the intention, then I will it's like I'll just connect, and just see, what the guides want to let them know about. Mm.
We were just talking a little bit before we started the program about the energies of this moment, and I
Mm.
believe that is actually something that is important, because right now we're in a big shift worldwide,
Mm.
like it's outside in the macrocosmos, is also in the microcosmos,
Yes.
in ourselves. So
Mm.
I believe the majority, they are sensitive people like us. We can feel that energy and those inner shifts, and we can see it outside, and we can feel it inside.
Mm.
And but what messages that you have received, or that you feel, or you've been feeling for these
Mhm.
times?
Yeah, for this time, what I was also tuning into is it's important for us to come back to ourselves and to find, the inner peace that's within ourselves, so that whatever that's happening, outside in the world doesn't really like shake us, and also like and make us like react rather than respond. So it's important for us, to do a lot of inner work. It doesn't have to be something that is really like intense, but it's just like daily practice. So, for example, if it is like if you love like meditation or movement or dance or toning, whichever that resonates with you, do more of it, so that you can actually stay in center and also be in a state of calmness and a state of presence, so that whatever that happens that around the world doesn't really affect us that much. And also, sorry.
And grounding ourselves at the same
Oh
time.
yes, definitely grounding is important. Yeah, because with all the energies out there, it's definitely important for us to ground to Mother Earth. Yeah.
And I have a question. Do you only channel light language or do you channel also messages?
I do both. Yeah, I do both, and also it's based on the intentions of the other person. Yeah. So if the people like need the connection with, for example, the ascended masters, then when I set intentions, I just allow the ascended masters like Kuan Yin or Buddha to come true.
Yes. I have felt many times Guan Yin.
Mm.
It's
Yeah, I love her energy. Yeah, she's beautiful. Her energy is just so loving and compassionate.
and I also feel her like it's almost the same energy when I connect with her as Gaia.
Mm.
I don't know, it's the same being. Obviously, we are all one at the end. We're all one,
Mm-hmm.
but the sensation when I connect with Guan Yin and I connect with Gaia,
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same type of vibration and the same loving emotion with both of them.
Mm.
How do you feel? How you feel her?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I feel. Yeah, I mean, from Kuan Yin, when I tuned in, I just felt her love, her loving and compassionate presence, and also I mean, it's like loving and compassionate, and also a very powerful presence. Yeah.
Yes,
And for Mother Earth, I mean, when I tune into her, I feel more of like a grounding and a nurturing sort of energy. Yeah, it's more like a grounding and nurturing and a loving presence.
yes,
Mm.
that is motherly,
Yes, motherly.
motherly. But
Yeah.
from both of them, is because well, we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
true unconditional love and true compassion from both of
Mm.
them, and maybe that's why we find motherly and I find it
Mm-hmm.
almost the same vibration of that because it's unconditional love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel the same as well. Yeah. It's just that, there's just a feeling of, the feeling of love. Yeah, unconditional love.
How would you? I have my own definition, but I would like your definition of
Mm-hmm.
what is unconditional love because some people, our listeners, are they always ask me the question is like what is unconditional love because they think it's like oh because I say I love you that's love. No, it is way more profound. But I would like you to tell them
Mm-hmm.
uh, your definition of unconditional love.
Okay. Mm. Yeah, for me, I think unconditional love is about acceptance, like acceptance of all that there is, acceptance of ourselves, and also about loving ourselves and all the people around us without any expectations of what they give back. Yeah. So it's about connecting with ourselves and allowing ourselves to just radiate, radiate our light, radiate our love, without any expectations. And it's just through a space of joy and openness.
Yes.
Mm, yeah,
And not only for ourselves, for the rest of the world, and it doesn't has to be human beings. It can be animals. It can be the flowers. It can be
yeah,
anything.
yeah,
Like we are not expecting the flower to be more pretty than it is. It just is.
yeah. I agree, and yeah, I like what you're saying. Yeah, without any expectations of how, yeah, of them needing to be something like better, or yeah.
Yes.
Mm,
Right now, what I just come from the streets doing a bunch of
mm,
errands and so forth. And
mhm.
something that I can about I wish I can avoid this, but you go to a supermarket and you connect with a bunch of people. Even if you don't want to, like I just want to buy my tomatoes. You are picking up of everybody, and some people are angry, some people. But something that I noticed today, it was a
Mm,
fear in I am in United States, but there is a fear i- in the vibration,
mm,
and that's something that I for a moment I connect and disconnect. It's like, oh, try not
mm.
to just focus on buying the whatever I was needing and to get out of there fast. But that's something that I pick up.
Mm.
Have you received any message regarding this? Because I don't think it's only United States. I believe it's worldwide. It's
Mm.
happening too many stuff for since 2020. Our world completely shifted. Is
Yes.
we never imagined. We knew a change was coming, but we never knew to what extent, and we still do not know where we're gonna. The changes are coming. So,
Yeah.
what are the messages that you have received about this change?
Mm. Yeah, what I've been receiving is that, and yeah, it's not just United States. I think it's all around the world. Yeah, it's like all of us are, a lot of us, not all of us, a lot of us are feeling like, and it's like a sense of like overwhelmed, like too much going on that our bodies might not have time to process. And I think there's a collective emotions of uncertainty, of fear of what's going to happen in the future.
Yes.
And all these energies, are definitely all around us. And of course, for sensitive people like and empaths like us, it's even important for us to be able to discern, what is ours and what is not ours, and also to release, on a daily, maybe even on the daily basis, it's like whatever that is not mine, you know let it just release, you can surrender it to Mother Earth and allow it to be transmuted into love and light. Yeah, I think that's one good practice for us to do, before the end of the day, so that we don't really take on, energies that are not ours, and also like reacting and feeling and thinking that is ours. Yeah.
At the same time, not only is love and light. That's why
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the times they're making fun of a lot of the new agers. Because I have heard it so many times. It's like, oh, it's not everything love and light or new agers.
Mm-hmm.
And it is true. There is also we're clearing our inner house, our in ourselves, and we're going to dark night of the soul,
Mm-hmm.
like it or not,
Yep.
and more that we fear the our dark side, our emotional uh, things that we are working on, more they're gonna be showing up in our
Mm.
lives until we actually clear it out. And the only way is to affront that. And I wish it was love and light only,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
but it's not.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely it's not. Yeah, definitely all of us have to go through whatever that we have been resisting for the last for the last few years or for the last lifetime. I think all of these things are happening because all the it's like there's a lot of energy that's coming through as well. Not just whatever that's happening around us, but energy is like from the sun. A lot of activities happening in the sun or with all the solar flares and everything. And what happens is that what it does is that it actually helps us shake out a lot of the density that is around us.
But
Mhm.
I truly believe that all human beings we've been traumatized.
Mhm.
There is everybody that someone that says, "Oh, I don't need therapy." Is due to every
Mhm.
single human being we being traumatized. It can be
Yes.
from our parents, it can be from the society, it can be from the system, it can be from whatever,
Mm.
schooling, name it. So, and that had created a big trauma and a big back memories, not only from this timeline, from past ones.
Mhm.
How do you describe blockage?
How do I
That
describe blockage? Mhm. How I describe blockage is something that has not been acknowledged within ourselves. Yeah, meaning that for example, when you're young, and then there's okay, let's say coming from my own example. So because for me, I always had a father who is like more like dominant, and also like previous like last he was afraid of doesn't really like us, like crying or making a lot of noise. So when I was young, there's like every time that I wanted to express like emotions like sadness or anger, is that I always held it in because I was afraid. Because when I know that through experience that whenever I express it out, it's like I feel it's like I'll get scolded, or punished for expressing, all the emotions like anger or sadness or fear. So what happens is that as I repress all these emotions, then there is like there's blockages that happens in the body. And for me, it actually manifested through like tension in the body, as well as eczema, which is actually a skin condition, where the body is itchy and agitated. Yeah. So that's what blockages is for me, is about emotions and feelings that have not been acknowledged. Mm.
Yes, it is. It is true. In the dimension of the 3D, where the duality is and the
Mm.
division between a male and female, and the system tell us how each one has to behave or act or like or whatever.
Mm.
It have created a division between
Mm.
physical males and females. That's without counting in ourselves, because we have the two energies
Mhm.
inside of us. To the females, or you cry too much, or the males, you can't cry, and that is a big gap that is it is inside of us. How we can how do you manage to actually put them together, because more that we have that division and we're not in touch with our own emotions,
Mm.
we continue perpetuating the same thing that we have been doing it for thousands and thousands of years.
Mm.
So how do you work with that? Because there is not too many males that are working with themselves.
Mm.
I see more female groups, more women's group and so forth, that they're the ones that are trying to now starting to fight this as to at least speaking up, and they're working more with themselves, and males still so afraid of the emotions. So
Mm.
they are it's hard for them to work any emotion, because they don't want to touch it. It's scary for them.
Mm.
But how do you working more with males? Because I believe we need teachers for males. Women,
Mm.
it's very hard for a woman, in my point of view, and I might be wrong. But as a mother of three boys, it is very hard as a woman to teach a man to become a man
Mm.
when you're a female.
Mm.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying the other people are not doing it. In my case, it was very hard to teach uh, males to be males. So it
Mm-hmm.
is easier for a male to be teaching men because they're more open to a male's gonna say it than a woman.
Mm.
And I see it with my clients, male clients, when I tell them, how do you feel? They look at me like, what do you mean? What do I think? No, no, no. What do you feel? It is hard for them to open up and say, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling this and this and this. How do you
Mm.
manage that?
Oh, how do I manage that? Mm, I guess it actually depends on, I guess, the frequency and the essence that we actually bring out and the people that we attract. And yeah, I feel at the moment, I think a lot of my clients are women. And but the thing is that for me, I think how I started my process of accepting all the emotions, I guess is through a deep desire for me to heal my physical condition of eczema that I had since I was really really young, and also to heal whatever, and also to feel better about myself, and to love myself more. And I think through this process, I did went through a lot of different healing modalities to start the process. And I realized, after a while that, ultimately the most important thing through it all is the ability for us to forgive ourselves and to love and accept ourselves as just as we are. Yeah. And I think as long as we have that intention to do that, then things. I mean, no matter whether no matter whether you are like in a male body or female body, as long as you have strong intentions to make things better for yourself, I think that's a great start to the process. Yeah. And definitely, you're right to say that a lot of men are still like afraid of like expressing, or feeling, or coming in touch with their emotions. Yeah, but I do notice, that over the recent years, I think people, I mean, they are starting to open up, and come in touch with their emotional side.
Something that I saw in the community as an observer, of the majority of the community of the how to call it, the new age, how the majority, we started with the conspiracy theories, but the base of that conspiracy theories, it is fear, and it's fear about thousands of things, of rabbit holes that exist. And we're not even gonna go into one of them because they're so deep
Mm-hmm.
and sticky. So
Mm-hmm.
we're not gonna bring that energy here. But what I'm saying with this, it is again the emotion of fear. It is very hard even for them that they're supposed to be the awakened people to say, I fear to be alive, or I fear to success, I fear
Mm-hmm.
to be loved or love, or it's again the emotion. What would you tell to them if we have some of them listening to this podcast later on?
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell with them that about
Mm.
this?
What will I tell them? Hmm. I would say that acknowledge that fear. You know, Acknowledge the fear, and know that it is there for a reason. Yeah, definitely. Whether it's society, or whether it is like growing up. whether it's your inner child. So definitely when the fear arises, just acknowledge it and to know, that there's an alternative to this fear. And also, to call in, I think call in your guides to support you with this fear, to help you transmute and just help you go, deeper to find the origin of this fear and to be able to release it. Yeah, because what is the outcome of overcoming that fear is courage, and which is what is important, to have the courage for us to face this fear and to overcome this fear of whatever that's happening right now.
But at the same time, acknowledge that you have it.
Yeah,
Because
definitely. Acknowledging is important as a first step.
yes, so like that, of what it can be. Fear, it is fear of something that you have to dig in to that work.
Yeah. I think all of us have our own. Yeah, I think all of us have our own fears. Yeah, and it's like there's no like comparison, whether this is big or small, or anything. All these fears are created, yeah, for a reason, and it's up to us, to acknowledge it and to accept it and to go into the depths to see what lessons that they bring to us.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because
Mm.
that's where is the teaching, and the fear is teaching us and showing us our liberation at the same time.
Mm.
But would you like to do a light language with your beautiful light language, so like a transmission for us?
Oh, let's do it. And yeah,
Let me
it's
put.
interesting, since we are on this topic of fear, then it feels like this transmission will be more about to be able to acknowledge, yeah, and also to acknowledge this fear and to allow anything that is ready to be transmuted, yeah, to be released and transmuted. So yes, I'm ready to do it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, probably can just allow ourselves to just close our eyes and just giving ourselves a few deep breaths to connect ourselves, to center ourselves. And from our heart center, imagine the cord moving down all the way down our spine, through our feet, and all the way down to Mother Earth. Feel our loving connection with Mother Earth. Send your love and gratitude to Mother Earth. And fully allowing ourselves to receive love and support from Mother Earth. Moving up through our spine and all the way into our heart center. And from our heart center, imagine your cord moving up all the way through our crown, all the way up into the sky, into the stars, into the cosmos, and all the way up into source. Send your love and gratitude to all our guides, to all the ascended masters. And feel that love and support moving down through our crown into our heart center. And from our heart center, we set our intentions for this transmission. What is it they are ready to let go of in this moment? What is it they are ready to bring more of? What is it they are ready to bring in more of at this moment? Take a deep breath in, and with the out breath, surrendering the intention to the universe, knowing that it has been heard and received. And so, calling upon the support of all our guides and the ascended masters and all the star beings of the highest light, calling upon their support, and just allowing ourselves to receive this following transmission from our guides and the star beings. Ishim manakuya manakunda mahalakaya samaria kindasa. Edeki manakum bukum mahalakai sedokum bahayasa. Manakuya shamariaki nekum bukum mahalakayasi. Inasamalakum bukum mahalakai nekuyasha. Manakum bereando. Emerande. Om Birahu Inda Om Imbenakum Mahalakandaraya Samanakum Bukum Mahayasa Edeki Menakuya Mahalakum Bukum Mahalakayasa Elachamalakum Bukum Mahalakaya Salakuyasha Emalakia Shaliakina Shalimuna Halakaya Saminakuyasha Edeki Menikuya Shaminakuya Shalahan Edeki Maholakai Shanmukunda Halakayasa Edeki Menakunda Ke Salakum Buko Edeki Malakaya Shamakalakum Bukuyasa Ilekin Dalamuhaya Kuyasha Ikina Salamuhayasha Edi Imekum buku shamahalakaya shamahoyasha Enakuya shamanakui shamanakui lahaye Elamunda halakui shalikum bukum mahalakaya salikum bukui Idekim melakuya shaliakinasa. It is safe for us to feel Imukunda hai shamakhalakuyasha Elekirekin the Mukui shamahalakuyasha Alakum bukum mahalakaya shamahaliakindasa Elekim melakuya shamahalakayasa Elekum buku Munnahayaki, Isindahai Shumunahalakumbuku, Inna Shambalakaya Shamalakuyasha, Inna Sammakaya Shalmundahalakiyasha, Inna Shandahaishi, Inna Shandahayasiya Kuyasha, Innahu Eri. Ilemikhinda shumukunda rayasa. Eleki menakusha iki salumo. Ela shumukusha. Isi. 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 Slowly taking a deep breath in and letting it out. Just bring your attention to your breath and to your heart center. And just allow your body to integrate all the frequencies that's just been received. And from our heart center, we send our love and gratitude to Mother Earth and to all the guides who have supported us in this short transmission. We thank you for your presence. We see you, we honor you, and we let you go now. And from our heart center, imagine your cord moving down through our spine, all the way down through our feet, and down in the core of Mother Earth. Send your love and gratitude to Mother Earth. And imagining roots growing down from the feet all the way down to Mother Earth. Feeling ourselves fully grounded back here onto Mother Earth. And feel the love and support from Mother Earth moving up through our feet, all the way into our heart center. And now from your heart center, just bring your attention back to your breath. Send your love and appreciation to our physical bodies. And slowly bring your attention back to your breath. And when you're ready, you can start gently moving your body, stretching your body. And when you're ready, you can slowly and gently open your eyes. So yes, welcome back.
Wow, thank you. I did felt the vibration.
You're
It
welcome.
is that's something that the first time I remember I started vibrating, it
Mhm.
was a big shift in my life. It was amazing.
Mm.
And every time I do a meditation or something that connects me and make me vibrate, I love it.
Mhm.
When I teach my classes and I tell my students, when you start vibrating, don't freak out, because I know it's your first time and you will think that something happened to your ear or something is wrong with you. It's nothing is wrong with you. It's just
Mhm.
something amazing that just happened to you.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Mm.
Do you felt any communication or anything that it has to do with the light language that you just did? It was beautiful.
For me, I guess.
Sorry.
Okay, for me, yeah, no worries. For me, it was just a feeling of a feeling of flow. It's like a gentle release, of whatever energies that were no longer serving us. So it was a gentle release. And yeah, I think what the feeling came to me was that, it's like, the main message is that it is safe. Yeah, it is safe. So it is safe to be who we are, and it's safe for us to feel, it's safe for us to express ourselves. Mm.
And I felt also the words came that you belong here. You belong.
Yeah.
And they were repeating that.
Yeah, you belong here. I love that. Yeah, and also I'd just like to say that everybody will receive this differently. Yeah, because it's like trust. Yeah, it's like language is something that is like it's like a pack of information. So it's not like one word in the English language means one thing. So what I'm actually transmitting is just like it's like a packet of information, and it's up to our souls to receive what is for the highest good for them to receive. Yeah. So when I'm transmitting this, I'm transmitting in a group. It's like I'm sending this information to all the people who are tuning in either live or on the replay. Yeah. And it's up to our souls to receive what is for the highest good to receive. And everybody might feel will feel differently. So I just love, just acknowledge whatever you're feeling and trust that whatever is being felt is meant for you. Yeah. And also, I think also remember to drink lots of water. Yeah, and to be gentle with your bodies. Yeah, for the next few hours.
And just a reminder to everybody, this is timeless. So you're listening this transmission in this moment. It is for you, and if you're hearing it in a year later on, it is for you too. It is timeless.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And what are your plans? How do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, definitely, I think I feel that light language is one of my passions. So definitely, I'd like to share more of it. Yeah, I think recently I think I just did like a visioning exercise program. So what came to me was like, it's like in 5 years' time, I'd like to just share this light language, to 1 million people or more, just to allow them to be able to come into their inner peace and to allow themselves to be who they are. Yeah. So of course, I'd also love to, to be holding like retreats, where we get to play, we get to connect, on the deeper levels with other people, and also with all the star beings. Yeah. And yes, it's like definitely, this few years is like a transition period. Yeah. And I'm also really excited about what's going to happen, in the future.
Yes, that is a beautiful dream, and we
Mm.
will be, or we are already living that.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever dreams we have, we're already
Yeah.
living that,
Yeah.
and it's just gonna get better.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely, things are going to get better. Yeah, it's very interesting because I think before that, I did receive a lot of information about us, going through into the so-called golden age in the year 2000, and it's like 2032. Yeah, and it's interesting, that so many things are happening right now that seems to be in a state of transition, in a state of chaos. Yeah, but of course, I mean, it's like I'd like also to connect, to this possibility, that once we are done with clearing and clearing all this inner stuff that we carry. Yeah. that all of us as a collective humanity, we will reach that state of lightness, and joy, within the next 10 years. Yeah.
Yes, I have heard also that in 10 years are going to be happening many things. And when I say it to people, like, come on, Monica, you don't see how the world's going. Like, that's what I just know. I don't know how it's going to happen, when, or where it's going to start, or it's going to just be massive or not. But I see a big change and shift, beautiful shift in the love in 10 years too. And we're just already in the process to get there as a collective.
Yeah.
Yes. It was really my pleasure to have you in the program. Thank you so much in Soul Talk, the podcast.
You're welcome. Thank you for the invitation. Yeah, really honored to be able to share this with everyone. Yeah. And just to connect and play.
Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for listening to us. And please, if this resonate with you, share it with your friends. It might help someone else to release also the fear that they are carrying. Share it with your friends. We will appreciate that. And thank you very much.
Together, it's so beautiful. You and me, we meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors.